Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. You should be able to see me now. Oh, my camera's a little bit off. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. You should be able to see me now. Oh, my camera's a little bit off. There we go. That's better. So it's Sunday night. We did a little bit different last night. There we go. That's better. Welcome, 59 Gamer. So it's Sunday night. Welcome, Olive. I should have been here about 20 minutes earlier, but for whatever reason, my streaming device decided to just not want to play the game. So, oh, JB's arrived. I have been dicking about with electrics, JB. Messing about with plugs into various bits and pieces. I've got to get rid of that double echo. I don't know what's going on there. I'll be so much happier when I get this room sorted once and for all. Okay, are we good? Superb on completing S10 TM. I've got rid of that echo, I hope. Good evening, Big Popper. Nice video, JB. I like that. Very good. It does the things that I can't do. I'm not very good at that blogger type video. I've got to spend some time sitting doing that, and we'll get that done over the next couple of days, I hope. Your Friday stream had a funny metallic rasp to it. I don't know what that is. With my teeth grinding after... yeah, the old S10. Got that down to like 40 odd minutes now to get gold. After getting gold, you've then got to try and go to the top of your friends list, which I've kind of done a few times now. But tonight's pleasure, we're going to try and tackle the TT. We're going to go and give that a stab. JB should probably have created a new skin for that now. We'll go and check, or is that me being a bit pushy? We'll start for the World Circuits just in case he hasn't got that sorted. Thank you, 59 Gamer. That was another type of video I'm not very good at. I've got the I'm leaving the Fanatec one for now because I'll do a reboxing once they fix it. So Blind Shooter Zombies says, welcome to the channel, first time speak. Do you think MenuBook 47 can be beaten with controller automatic trans? I've been at it for 5 hours now. Let's go and have a look. Let's see what MenuBook 47 is. I can't remember these all off the top of my head. Ed 47. Super Formula, yes. Manual transmission, yes. Yes, I would say so. Which particular one is it? Which particular one are you struggling with? If it's Fuji's the one I struggle with. Circuit of St. Croix is the one that a lot of other people struggle with. So, and a lot of people struggle on the auto because you have to keep the pace up. All of them. Okay, well, you do know I've got a video out there for all of them, don't you? That one setup there. On easy. Well, on easy is the only way I was able to beat Fuji. But it really is the same setup for each one, and I use the same setup on each of those videos. They are there if you just search FSF Sierra Foxtrot. You'll find those 3 videos on my channel. And you'll find that I think I'm going to struggle with the 900 Le Mans on hard. I only beat it by 8 seconds the other day when I tried it with the Super Formula. But Good evening, Just Racing VR. Welcome. Guys, is it April? It's April, isn't it? It's the first weekend in April as well. And it's Sunday night. Should we give away 5 memberships tonight? Should we see who chats the most, who interacts the most, and who gets the 5 free memberships? I think it's worthwhile giving away 5 today. I haven't got long left to do the weeklies, so let's do a couple of warm-ups on the weeklies. Need dirt tyres on this thing. Holy chipotle. Need to buy some dirt tyres. Got to buy the dirt tyres. If we don't buy the dirt tyres, we're in trouble. Just a warm-up event. Good advice, JB. Lots of downforce for the Super Formula. Except at Le Mans. At Le Mans, you need no downforce. But, different kettle of fish. Right, so this is 2 laps. It's dirt. I really haven't modified the car. The car is just as it is from the manufacturer. Shall we see if it's enough? 5-star ticket reward. Don't know what I've got. Don't know what the volume's like. Whether the volume's a good balance tonight. We might have to do a bit of twitcherooing. Twitchering about. Now we're on the dodgy wheel again. We're 8th of 8. It doesn't feel like this has got any guts at all. Let's see if we can take an absolutely boggo car to the top of the tree. It doesn't feel like it can. Oh. Feels like it needs a turbo. We only have to get 3rd though, don't we? Ooh. No, I'm going to go and modify this bad boy. I give up. Thank you, Blind Shooter. It's appreciated. And you, 59 Gamer. Mr. GTR's arrived. Yeah, it's that getting those fingers around that controller, though, to make that manual change. I really struggle with that. I really do. And hats off to anybody that can do the manual on the controller. That's a dexterity level I can't get to. It's not actually a dexterity level. It's my brain. Game volume is slightly down, voice is bang on. What can we do from where I'm sat with game volume? I'm just going to have to whittle myself around the corner. Just let me make some adjustments on the car and I'll give the game volume a little boost. Did they give us a PP target? Let's go back and... Should have looked. I feel like I need to wear my glasses tonight. My eyes are straining a little bit. Wore the glasses all last night. PP target. Was there one? No, it just says use the Renault 4. Happy days. Yeah, well, you can manually change. You can actually go and change the configuration of the buttons. And a lot of people will use... square and plus for change up and change down, and you just do them with your right thumb. That's the way I kind of gave it a shot. You could also do it with the 2 top triggers, so you got brake and accelerate, and then you got change up and change down on the 2 triggers at the top, if you felt that was because I've got my controller here. I'm never far away from a controller. I need it when my wheel breaks down. Manual transmission, that'll reduce P. It doesn't it put PP up, my god. That's the way you do it. Old 59 Gamer. My brain is slow, but my mind is dirty. Well, there you have it. Good to make me laugh. Increase the body rigidity. That'll make it stiffer. Oh, dear, I shouldn't have said that. Put an intercooler on this bad boy. We'll up the brakes. We'll give it a racing manifold. We'll give it a racing exhaust. We're gonna put fully customized computer on just to give it that bit more boost. Don't really want to get turbo filter. Fully customizable suspension just to give it the road. Clutch and flywheel. We'll give it a brake balance controller. It won't need a torque centering diff. It's front wheel drive. FF, yes it is. We'll keep it level 50 compliant by not putting anything silly on. What diff did we put on? We don't need to give it the 555. We're good. Richard, welcome Richard. You use the low speed turbo. Use the nitro, he said. Sticks for acceleration and brake. That's mental. I have no idea how you can do that. That is just no. X and square, up and down. Keep it to the thumb. The Renault got spunk now. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Low boost turbo. That's a lot of gear change down low. Yeah, shall we put a turbo on? I mean, we might be in danger of getting 50 horsepower if we put a turbo on it. Let's low RPM turbo. What's that going to do? That's going to give me 63. Get 71 if we put that monster on. I'll go halfway. I'll put the medium. Well, these change buttons are cold. Wow, the clutch button. Olive, this was your. Olive, did it have the control column gear stick? Like the auto gear change thing on the back of the wheel, being a proper French car. And I know they have them in America, but something we didn't really have a lot of, except on the Renault 4s and Renault 21s and whatever. Let's see if this has got what it takes now. You said what? So when you had your Renault 4, if this was the car that you learned to drive in, did it have the control column gear lever? So it was behind the steering wheel? Or was that the handbrake that was behind the steering wheel? Because I know on certain French cars they had the gear lever kind of with your right hand, or would it be your left hand? No, it'd be right-handed in front, yeah. Settings, assist, traction control 1, weak ABS. Everything else off. Near the steering wheel, yes, happy days. Right. Let's see if it's got some va-va-voom. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Oh, yes. Yes, we're up with Mr. Devro. We're just going to use his left-hand panel to get us around the corner. Super-duper. Mr. Bettini is next up. Ooh, back end is rocking and rolling a bit. Keep away from this this left-hand dip here. Throws the car a lot. Ooh, touch the brakes and the back end come round. That's beautiful. That's a nice colour green. We're going to use 5th gear. Ooh, sounds like it's definitely got a turbo on. Every time I lift the throttle, it goes pch, pch. Oh. Somebody said that might happen. That's me at the back again. Three gears. This has got 5. The monster. Two laps to get to 3rd. I don't think this is going to do it. We were up with the green machine. I think I'm going to press restart. Oh my lord. Yeah, it goes faster on the wheels. I'm going to try and keep it on all four. I'm going to try and jump it in a straight line off the jumps rather than be going sideways. Let's keep it on the brown stuff as well. The green stuff's a bit trickery dodgy. Oh, I was exhausted this morning after yesterday. Yesterday was one hell of a day. And looking at JB's video, it was like, oh my lord. I did all that yesterday. It was one hell of a day. We took a leisurely trip out to the garden centre today, picked up some potting compost and planted some new trees in the garden. And my back is now absolutely killing me. They're only little trees as well, but it's the bending over the pots that we put them in, big pots. Look at his back wheels make all sorts of funny shapes when he went over that jump. Mr. Laboutley. We probably could have done some aero mods on this thing, gone for a wang, etc., but I don't think it's going to need it. He hasn't got bumpers on or anything, has he? He's got the ultra lightweight version. Twitch is a quiet and lonely place tonight for anybody on Twitch. This will be one of the contenders for a league race next year, maybe. What I enjoyed about this week, somebody gave me a challenge to do the WTC 900 in an S Super Formula car, and I posted a video this week, and I actually realised I actually really enjoyed doing that. So if anybody has a suggestion of a race that they want me to try and beat their setup with or beat their time with, send me a setup, tell me a race, and I'll have a go. So if you've got something that you think you're absolutely awesome at and you really enjoy, and it's a little bit off the wall and a little bit different, shoot it at me. And I know there's 4 or 5 of you do that. Yeah, Big Papa wants to drop this race if I suggest this for a league race next year. Yeah, absolutely. Notice I said next year, not next season. So that'd be 2025. Oh, I also tried to left foot brake a Lamborghini Gallardo yesterday. Doesn't work. No. Left foot braking a Gallardo. No, they don't like it. It's the trail braking that it doesn't like. That wasn't too tough, was it? S660 human comedy. Yeah, you know I've got that one down, my friend. That was really good. You were the first one to do that, actually. First one to send me that. What's the next race in this series? And then we'll go time trial. Pickup truck race. No, that's not this. It's weekly race. There we go. Thank God for that. Spa 24-hour layup. Sunday Cup first place. 8 out of 8. 500 pp. We got this 500 pp. Fancy like. McGann. Could it be a McGann we would want to use? Comes in at the PP, doesn't it? Porsche does, but I think that's going to be a dog. I think we use McGann Trophy. Unless somebody wants to suggest something that's equally better. What have we got on tyres? It's on sports hards. Don't think I've done any setup stuff at all. So let's just take a quick waltz down to the old shop. Let's just give it a little bit of a zhuzh. Bit of a splitter. Bit of a side skirt. Bit of a rear wang. Oh yes. Still inside the PP. Look at that. No roll cage available. No front grille. No nothing. Yeah. What else have we got? What else have we got on? So we've got a little bit to play with on the PP for 500. So let's see what it's gonna take. That puts it up. That puts it up. That puts it down. That'll do. Take the suspension, and then we will probably just do pads. Probably. Oh yeah. Oh no. A little too much. We could do aero though, couldn't we, to tune it out of it? Helps. We do the what's this? Did we put the suspension on? We did. Makes it way too high. Let's just see if we can. It won't need anything, you don't think? It's a bit late now. Told me started this 3 minutes ago. See if we can create some space. Oh, that put the blooming. It put it up. Get the arrow on the back. Ooh. Just a little glitchy there, isn't it? Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. I didn't look at the competition. I didn't look what was there. I just thought 500 pp. Let's go for it. Let's see what we could squeeze out of it for 500 pp. Competition. Yeah. Probably should have. What is the competition? Clio 24 valve, Renault 5 turbo, DS3. They're going to be movers. We're on sports hards as well, so 2 laps of the 24-hour layout. Let's give it a go. Mr. Grady, we will consign you to the last position. Oh, we've just gone past one. Oh, happy days. Is that another Clio? Or is it McGann? Little McGann, isn't it? JB, I didn't realise it was twice the instructor guy had to tell you to not overtake somebody. Oh, we're third place already. Happy days. Let's get the go on. Oh, stop reading the chat screen, Widdowmaker. They're not really that much of a challenge, these weekly races, the ones they pick, are they? They get remotely difficult, remotely harder. I wouldn't say they're difficult, but they get marginally harder as they go. Should I have to pit? Oh, got the apex, why don't you? Mr. Pagenet at the front and Mr. Hizal. Yeah, he had to wait for a response, didn't he? Once he flicks the indicator to ask the question, can I overtake? You have to wait for the car in front to respond with a similar indicator. The same indicator, you're good to go. Oh, there's a lovely little car, look, the A110. How very nice is that? The Merc is overtaking the 110 and giving him some door money. Happy days. Has everybody given up now on last week's time trial? The Toyota 1, the GT1. Is everybody comfortable with where they are, or is anybody going to be giving it another push? See if they can improve or increase. Depends on how well I do. Oh, okay. I feel I need to push for another half an hour on the GT1. Just to see where I am. But we'll go and review. We've got another 2.5 hours or so tonight, haven't we? 2.5 hours or so tonight to play with them. Oh, let's run that wide. Why not? What Steve-O said. Yeah, okay. Well, let's go and have a look at that. Let's go and have a look and see where we are in time trials. I think I'm outside the top 10, aren't I? On the GT1. I need to get into the top 10. That's got to be my target, I suppose. To make it sort of reasonable. Reasonable, one would suggest. dive in. 2.5. So, have a look at the GT1 situation. That was pretty bad for me, I think. I own 2 of them. Look at the difference between the two. This is standard, what I suggest. Should have just looked at the leaderboard, shouldn't I? We got 2.5. We're in the top 5,000, and I'm not on my friends list. I'm not here. I'm 14th, so I've got to put half an hour in here tonight and see if we can get somewhere near that time. Somebody's gone faster than Sam. Cavs 90. Well done, boy. I'm glad to see that. Oh, that's good. Neil's not far away, is he? Half a second off, but Cavs, well done. Nice job. That's epic. We're going to have a go then. It was ASM, wasn't it? The one that gave us the most gains, I think. Let's see. JB has a 32 what? A 32 what? A 32? What? Don't know what you're on about. I'll go and have a look. If you mean you've got a... Yeah, I've not got a 32. I'm on my way. You're 0.05 ahead of me, JB. Let's see. We'll see how long it is before my wheel packs up. And I didn't rev it out then, did I? Could have loaded my previous Ghost, I guess. Probably need to. Got to exit out. That much I know. Because I didn't load the Ghost to start with. It won't let me load a Ghost till I exit out. How many times I've sat here and puzzled about Ghosts. $33,043. And I'll remember to accelerate, to change up when I'm supposed to change up as well. Rev it out was the phrase, wasn't it? Wider entry to this corner. Still get that strange tail torque spin outy thing leaving that corner. It's really weird. Oh, I got there much earlier than I thought it would. Not fast enough into there. I need to understand what settings my wheel's on. This doesn't feel anything like it should do. Yeah, and just as I do that, my wheel quits out. Brilliant. Excellent. Just what you need. £1,000 paperweight, eh? For everything I wished for, I didn't get. I'm on S1. I think S1 was the right setup. Very nice, Mariana. We'll get to those weekly races later in the week before they finish. Always does that, doesn't it? Always does that. If ever you cross both wheels over that line onto the curb, it always spins you out, coming back onto the circuit every time. Right, we'll quit this time trial when the clock turns 10 PM my time. I don't think I've got counter steer on, have I? You know, that boils my urine when that happens. There is absolutely no physical understanding of why the car loses it that way. I'm not even turning that way. Unrealistic physics. There it is again. No ghosts. And the steering wheel lobbed out. The 900 pp auto polish race, this stream or on a stream so we can choose the car for you. Is that the weekly race? The one you've just done? Good afternoon, Tom. Welcome. Bill did quit out on me, but it hasn't really. Yeah, well, if we do the rest of the, if I can get to like top 10 in both time trials, then we'll do that. Why not? Fanatec need to go out of business. If they can't get this right and they can't update it for people, they deserve to go out of business, and I deserve to go and spend more money on something else. Because it is ridiculous that it took them 3 months of a delay to get the wheel approved by GT. It's ridiculous that PD have approved this wheel and aren't applying pressure to Fanatec to get this sorted. And if Fanatec are in the financial trouble they're in, then they deserve to be. Because they're a bunch of muppets and monkeys and they've sold me a dead one. But there you go. We will choose mistakes. We all choose to do things. We make mistakes. I quite clearly have made a mistake in my wheel choice. And what can you do? 1,400 quid paperweight, that's what it is. But they've got 2 weeks to fix it. It is, I agree, but well, they're there. No. Wheels bust out again. And people wondered why I went trucking last night. But the fact it was built and designed for Gt7 and half of the functions on the wheel don't work in Gt7 is also just mind-blowingly ridiculous. There we go, that's my fault. It's my fault for not researching properly and correctly. No, there's no point using the G29. Because I wouldn't be streaming tonight if I was using the G29, because it's not here anymore. It's over there. Can't use the G29. I haven't spent 1,400 quid just to sit and look at this. I'm going to use it, and Fanatec are going to suffer my streams. To humour you, JB, I'm going to go and do all that now. Just for you. Whatever powering it down will do. Somebody did actually suggest that I'm using the wrong power cables. Yeah. 22 viewers is great. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I see Mariana's actually logged into Twitch as well, so thank you very much. You are that one viewer. So do you mean the RJ45 connections as well, JB? Not just the USBs? I'd like it to be 220 viewers rather than just 22, but I'll go and unplug everything. I'll plug it all back in. As I say, somebody suggested that it was me using the wrong cables. So, yeah, well, everything's been plugged in and plugged out. And we'll see if it lasts 20 minutes. Right, what was I? Ghost settings. I've probably done that 3 times now. That one. Okay. Settings. Assists. Traction control 1. Yeah, let's go. 21 minutes remaining. Steering is so light. We changed up early. It felt right. Something else I noticed is this is set to 300 and... it's gone again. They've also put the power button in a completely ridiculous place. We can't knock them for that, can we? I mean, is the wrong power lead an option? I don't know how it can be wrong power lead, unless you're suggesting I should use the Europe one, which I threw. But the wrong power lead. It has its own unique bespoke power lead, so I can only imagine that they've provided the wrong power lead. Everything on the forum, everybody's saying it's a driver problem. Personally, I don't know how it can be a driver problem when it just times out. It powers down at a completely bizarre point. It doesn't feel like a driver issue. It feels like it's a problem with the wheel. One that has to go back and be returned. And it feels like we're being fobbed off on a forum with just an excuse to delay. That's what it feels like. It was supposed to be fixed with the last driver update. It hasn't been fixed. What I don't understand though, and there's the thing, is there's people with GT DD pluses that don't have this problem. I'd like to try it with a different wheel to see if it is the GT wheel that's the problem or whether it's the base unit. Because I feel it's the wheel. Because the pedals still work. I feel it's the wheel where the problem is, not the base unit. But, and that's something they don't make clear when they're talking about the driver issue as to which driver it is. They're talking about the driver package. But I don't know which one it is, and like I say, the only thing that I'm hoping for is if Fanatec do go under at the end of June and they haven't resolved the problem, that there's somebody out there who has the capability to support the driver packages for Fanatec for everybody going beyond what is now. Because it would render everybody absolutely useless who owns a Fanatec wheel if Fanatec go under and new games start changing things that need driver adaptations for all the wheels. And all we'd be hoping for is that people do actually come up with a fix for it, because it won't be just me out in the boonies, it'll be everybody with a Fanatec. I need to find another wheel with a QR2, don't I? That'll be the easiest way to find out whether it's the wheel or the base unit. I don't think I want to buy a wheel to find out. But for the first 3 or 4 days I was using it, it didn't do it. It could be temperature, it could be thermal cutout somewhere in the wheel driver system, could be. It could also be settings exceeding 100 or the items that are set to 100, and I've actually been through that sort of routine myself. I've actually taken everything set to the maximum off and reduced it to 50% just to see what it changes. And it didn't change nothing. It still did the cutouts. Oh. I blew that in the last 2 corners. Yeah, I don't run the sensitivity that high, I don't think, do I? Or am I 10? I'm 10 at the... I am on 10, aren't I? On sensitivity. Yeah, 3 and 10. Yeah, I wonder if I should reduce that. That's probably the only thing I haven't changed. Third gear acceleration, that was poor. So whilst I'm aimlessly thrashing at this, my brain has now leapt forward to Suzuka, because I don't feel like in the next 10 minutes I'm going to make any inroads into here. I don't have any sort of emotional feeling or connection to improving on this. I'm destined to stay top 5,000, I think. See if I can do something right. Made some gains in the end of that lap. 6 minutes to go. Just let it go wide at the end of that corner. That's a shame. I know there's 2/10 in that final corner for me yet. And there it is, I blew it. There's the 2/10 that I'll keep losing. What an absolute nugget. 3 minutes to go. Missed the gear change out of frustration. Well, I'm obviously not going to get this one. I'm half a second away from being anywhere near the top 10. So that means my line's wrong in certain places. It means I'm not maximising the throttle in the corners at certain places. I think my braking points are about maximum. I don't think I can really find any other braking point in the standard fast places. Maybe here I'm losing time. Maybe here I'm losing time by just using first gear to try and check the car up. If I don't use set first gear, I can't get the car to come into the corner, so I've never got the final corner right. So I kind of think I've got to chalk this one up to experience and move on. Even my optimal isn't there, so that tells me I haven't done it on any lap. So with that, I just have to chalk this one up as that is what it is. Maybe I could brake later and carry more speed through the apex, I don't know. I blew that there, didn't I? I've always felt I could probably brake just a little bit later into there, but I've never really trusted the brakes into that corner, and every time I've tried it, I've gone so deep and so long through that apex that it's messed it up. One more lap then, and then we're done here. Whatever happens this lap, it's all over. The fat lady has sung. And we can just resign ourselves to top 5,000. Have to lift off the throttle there. It wasn't gonna give it me, and that's us done. Happy days. That's 10:01. Top 5,000 it is then. I think I gave that as much as a shot as it deserves. A 1:33.006, which is, where is that in terms of my fastest time? It would have been quicker, but hey ho. I'll do that offline if I'm going to improve that at all. And we're off to the other one. Might as well just have a look and see where we could have been. Just give those people those credits that needed them. Sam Cavs blew me away. That's brilliant. Sam, always good. NW, such a long time away from the wheel. That's an awesome result. Grove Street, I don't get to chat to you very much, but that's brilliant. Big Popper, superb, drove out your skin. Ollie, auto driver. Even on auto, he can do that. That's fantastic. Well done. Nathan, we don't talk very much. Mr. 28 Ego. That's a great time. Mr. Fisher, Max, Itchy My Balls. JB, superb time. Space Cow. Everybody else, well done for trying. Turbo Tom, what is the gold time? Has it moved? 1:33.488. Who else has got in? 33.488. There you go. Your last one is Fat Man. Well done, Mr. Fat Man. And Mr. GTR 94. Well done. Excellent. And Olive. And Az. Mr. Zaka, who always chips in and comes in on the stream. Well done, that man. You've not even tried the new one. I've done it. I've given it half an hour of my off-stream time. And yeah, well done, Olive. I've trying to find the right words before we shoot down this path. I was 4th, so I've been knocked down a little bit, down to 11th, but I've only just behind Cavs. Durolly's there, Big Popper's there, just 0.3 of a second above me. Mr. Dub, he was a lot lower than there. K-Dub, NW again in the position he serves to be. Mr. 28 Ego flying high. Sam almost a second clear. So if anybody's not tried this test, it's more about 20 folk in gold. I didn't actually look at what the gold time was. See if I'm actually still in gold. I don't know. Yeah, we're outside gold now. I'm not in gold. I don't think I ever was. I think it was always outside. But what is gold? 139.695. So 4 people in gold. 30 people in gold of the one. There's only 4 in gold here. So that's the target for tonight, is to get to gold. A 39,695. I think I'm going to start with the assists as we actually have them. As they are there. And we'll see where we go. So it's remembering the nitrous. Nitrous is L3, I think, for me. It is bottom left-hand corner. I've got a ghost I could put up. There's a little spat of DRS that I could have used there, but I didn't. This one, my eyes don't go fast enough for. I can't see quick enough for this test. I can't make out the blurs from the speed. And you can only do 3 laps before the battery runs out. And that's my problem here, is that corner. And that's going to be the problem for everybody, is that 130R. .130R is so tough. With the lift and bang on the pedal again, you've just got to lift, tap the brakes, or whatever you've got to do to get the momentum onto the back wheel to stop the back end coming round. But I haven't found... See, it did it again there. I haven't found the happy medium yet. But I think I've got most of the lap tied down if I can remember to change gear. I think I know where my braking points are. I've just effed up there, haven't I? I'm going to load my ghost, so I've got something to follow. And we'll happily trundle on and see where we can go and see what we can set. That's an idea. I haven't tried that yet. Just tapping the brake while the throttle's buried. I haven't tried that. Ooh, rental or owned? Let's look. Sam's on a owned. NW's on a rental. Big Popper's on an owned. I mean, Big Popper and... If only I had one with a Widdowmaker skin, I might have a chance. No. The way it is, though, if you haven't got one, you haven't got one. Ghost. That's what we were setting up for, wasn't it? So as you can see, I've whittled my way down a little bit. But, let's see. It's absolutely fine, JB. Absolutely fine. I actually found 4th gear was a really good gear to roll through these corners on. But then I realised 3rd would actually catch up to my Ghost. So I progressed from 4th gear and just paddling the brakes into 3rd gear and making more effort with the throttle and braking. And it's that corner there that makes me think I need to turn off the ASM. The ASM is driving me away from the actual apex. We'll find out. I actually let off and allowed the car to coast then. I think that was a mistake. I was actually. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. So commit, man. I was going to buy into Fanatec, but after seeing the problems you're having, I think I'm going to pass. I had a Logitech years ago and never had an issue, so yeah. If I had my last 3 months again, SOCOM Hitman, that would... Actually looks better and sounds better as So Commit Man, but it is SOCOM Hitman. It is. But genuinely, I would avoid Fanatec right now. I appreciate Fanatec need all the money they've got, but they've had the money. They've spent it badly. If they haven't got any money now, they've had everybody's cash. So I've got another order with them, and probably the right thing for me to do is to cancel that order. Probably is the right thing is to cancel that order. But I want to support Fanatec because I've invested in them, but I have nothing coming back my way from Fanatec. So I see their Facebook adverts all over the place. I see them advertising on YouTube. It's a hole in the ground that needs filling in, and they're the only ones that can do it. It's just a shame you can't overlay skins. It's such a shame the way they have done the painting of cars in this game that it was definitely an afterthought, but it's just a shame there isn't a template that you can move from one to the other and overlay and move the car from one location to the next on the template like traditional games. There's nothing traditional about this though, is there? It is what it is. Should be down to second. Well, I think we know what the issue is, my friend. It's a driver update, is what everything says on the Fanatec forums. The one guy that everybody seems to be trusting, he's saying Don't worry, it's a driver update. It will be through by the end of April. You'll see that beta driver mid-April. So if they've identified the fault, they've found what the fault is, and they're just compiling the beta driver to WHQL right now, then if they're getting it to the point where it's serviceable and they're proving it and the testing guys have got it out there and sorted, then that's great. But I also agree with somebody else said it's such a massive problem. Why isn't there a hot fix? Why haven't they prioritized it? And why are they bundling it in with the next big driver update? And I feel exactly the same. It's a massive problem. It's losing Fanatec a massive amount of goodwill. But they've never bothered about goodwill, have they? Right from the start. Right from Black Friday, they've never given a monkeys about goodwill at all. So, forewarned is forearmed, though. I never read the warning signs. I went with what I thought was the right decision, and I've made a mistake. Big time. If they fix it, there's a chance that they can recover it, but I don't know. That's what happens when you put the foot on the brake, JB. Rubbish. You've got to lift and bang it back down again at the right time. One thing I do have to do with my equipment is turn it off. I need to be more diligent with my kit. I'm so used to just walking away from the G29. The G29 has been such reliable equipment. I've never had a problem with it. It's responded to everything I've done in terms of modifications. It is the best budget wheel out there, I think, and I think it earned that title a long time ago, and it's only got bad rep because of the good wheels that have come out since it. You know, it's a great wheel for people to start on, and it shouldn't get knocked for what it is. I know there's better wheels, but it is primarily the best thing. If you've got 300 quid, get out there and get one bought, because it's a great place to start. And I know JB will say, well, Thrustmaster, the 248, it's the same price and you can get one second hand for half that money. I know generally there are other better wheels, but if you only had the one choice and the G29 where you're going to stick with for 10 years, it is a decent wheel. It's a great wheel for what it does. That's a frustration. Look at that. Oh, I just braked too late. There we are. Good evening, Digital Lecce. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, as I was saying, I do have to turn my kit off. And I should do that more diligently, and rather than leaving the base unit, not necessarily on, but at least with power onto it. I need to be a bit more sensible about that and turn everything off. So what I'm trying to set up at the minute is a plug switch where everything's on, that I can just turn it all off as I leave the room at night. Because at the minute it's all just a little bit all over the place and disorganised. Things are not where they should be. I openly admit that, and I have tried doing laps without using the the DRS, and you do lose a significant amount. It's just a little lift, and then you've got to brake earlier than that, Widow, for God's sake. Yeah, it can't go wrong with the G29 to start with. I know they're noisy, I know they're junky, I know they end up with play-in, but yeah. See how wide I went there with the Ghost. That's where I've got to look to be making up time. Hug that apex. I can catch that Ghost if I come through there relatively similar time. I lapped that apex, didn't I? I'm going to try and do a second lap. I'm not going to stop. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I'm not... No, sir, Mr. Hitman, I'm not... I haven't got to a point yet where I've actually found settings. I haven't got the passion to go through at the minute and find the settings. Good evening, NW. I'm not as fast on this as I was on the G29. I haven't done the hard work yet and gone through the forums and found the recommended settings. I've got a list of them. I've got 3 settings on the wheel. AS1, AS2, well, AS1 and AS2 are both set up with settings on, and I've found the best one of them, but I haven't got the passion for it at the minute. I'm still within my first month of ownership, and I still have the right to return it. So at the end of the day, I'm no faster on this kit. My biggest disappointment was finding out that I completely misunderstood how the brakes work. I enjoy driving real cars, and I want to have a sim setup that feels like racing a real car. And this doesn't feel like racing a real car. My G29 was pretty much where I wanted it to be. Not getting this at all. It was me in the Atom, and I wasn't going slowly for any particular reason. I was just driving the car and not... I wasn't being particularly slow. I just didn't like the Atom. I don't really like the Atom. I never really wanted to drive the Atom. They just didn't have the F-Type R on the list of available cars, so... when I did the booking. So... thankfully, I never got that instructor. I never had that dude. That was JB's fun. Maybe the guy had to take a week off after driving JB. Yeah, whilst the Atom was there to be driven, I don't find it that much of a supercar, to be honest. It's not in my What do you call it? It's not in my playbook of cars to want to drive. But ridiculous wheel spin. Ridiculous. First time in a long time I'm with the Ghost and that happens. See if I can get this 130R right again. No. I dived it in and it happily span out. No DRS round here, is there? Ridiculous. I heard the key to this is accelerate when the steering is straight. The battery will kick in. The battery will not kick in if the wheel is over by much. So many corners. So you got to straight line everything as much as you possibly can between A and B. So if you're turning on the straight, makes sense. Give yourself much straight line as possible. Yeah, there's me concentrating on straight lines and not following the route. You can gain loads in the hairpin. Well, we'll try. I'm not very good at this. I'm probably gonna hang the wheel up and say I'm done. But as I was saying at the start, this probably isn't a test for me. I hate Suzuka. It's not one of the tracks I like. I know it is a absolutely phenomenal circuit and it's very popular out there, but for me, no. Overtaking is very, very limited. It's a boring Formula 1 track that's not had an update in years. It was today's racetrack. It was today's F1, wasn't it? It's had nothing really in the way of changes. Maybe that's a good thing for some. I think the only thing they've really changed is the Degners. Seem to lose loads of times there trying to get the wheel straight. I can only assume the battery kicks in. And that's where it's pissing me off. I've got to brake at the 150. I got that absolutely perfect. Let me read some chat. DRS will not work with the wheel turn. Yeah, understood. My driver quit on this time trial. Tried to talk him while trying him to try and again. He said no. He was pretty adamant about it. Yeah. Accelerate out of hairpin in third. Okay, we'll try that. Do you brake down to first and then back up to third, or do you go into the hairpin in third? Because that's the hardest thing I find, is getting a car to turn a corner in third gear. I messed that up there, but I haven't completed a lap yet. Been at this 30 minutes and haven't completed one lap. And Neil's the only person who's given advice. Neil came in the room and gave advice. Because normally I don't accept it. But hey, I'm not saying anything. I just think it's unrealistic, this. I think it's fake. T1, I go down to second. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the hairpin. Yeah, we're talking about the hairpin. Too much information. I'll quit. My brain will quit out if I'm discussing more than one corner at a time. I can't do it. I can't take it all on board. I can't. I'm not even going to try. You have to go so fast at this that I can't compute. It doesn't. Even trying to get to second, I can't do it. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on the hairpin. I've got to get to the hairpin first, and then I've got to try and get out of that corner. And I'm seeing the chat scroll, but I'm just ignoring it because I just can't keep up. Well, that works. That kept me with him. I've got to brake at the 150. If I don't brake at the 150, I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man anyway. It's alright, Neil. It's alright. I just can't do it all. I'm not superhuman. I'm not even gold material at this. It's too fast for me. I'm struggling, and if I'd have been 100% honest with everybody, I would have genuinely said, I'm not even trying this one. I would rather spend 2 hours at Spa, grinding away at Spa, and earn more money. Earn more credits. Because here's the thing. If you don't attempt it, you don't get a silver or a bronze. Because you've missed gold. If you actually attempt it and you get a silver, you get a silver. But you don't get a negative for not trying. And I wouldn't encourage anybody to do something that just boils them inside. It's not right. Oh. That's the difference a car length makes on a braking point. Haven't completed a lap in 35 minutes. Let's talk about other good stuff while this is pissing me off. So we've got the 24-hour race for Le Mans. I'm really searching for people now to fill my teams at my house. I really need 4 more racers. And if I can't get 4 more, I'm going to struggle to fill a team, and if I can't fill a team, the race is going to be off, I'm afraid. I'm not going to do it by myself. I know I'm physically not capable. My body won't do it. So I'm really looking for 4 more people to come to my venue to be able to do this. I was hoping to get certain specific people, but I don't want to shout that out on the stream. I will approach those individuals to come, but it would be really nice if people wanted to come and take part, and I'll host them for the weekend. I say host them for the weekend, it doesn't start till Saturday afternoon, but I can accommodate 5 or 6 people at my house. But genuinely, 8 weeks away, I need to start getting things firmed up. And if I can't get 1 team, I'm gonna struggle with the rest. So yeah, I know Tom, I know JB's in, but I need 4 more people. I definitely need 1 more to make a team. And I tried to approach somebody and they told me it wasn't possible, so many thanks for subscribing, Theobald Kerner. Yeah, I know you were in, JB. I think even with 2 of us, we'd struggle to... I can't do this. I think with 2 of us, we'll struggle to do the whole thing. I know I've got to stay awake because I'm going to commentate the whole thing when I'm not racing, but I don't think I can sit behind a wheel for 24 hours myself and maintain the race. I think it would be a virtual impossibility without any level of support. I know my missus would run about and do stuff, but it's not right. It's not right to ask her to get a 3-litre Coke bottle and go and empty it every 4 hours or so, would it? That wouldn't work very well. I can't do this, it's horrible. I can't even get past the first corner now. Started off so strong, then I can't get through the chicane. I'm just going to try and put a lap in. I'm not really going to commit to being fast. I'm just going to put a lap in. Try and make... Can't even put a lap in. But I also know that Lovett suggested he was going to come over to the UK. I don't know how he's going to, or whether he's... I'm going to have to speak to him to find out where his plans are. I know Az is trying to get a team going at his house, but I don't think he's been able to get any confirmations from people, so I'm just going to put it out there that I'm looking for 4 more drivers. First 4 people to shout up and say they want to come, I'll sort out for them. Come on, you can get around this corner. The DRS hasn't activated yet. Hasn't activated at all. Brake on the 150. One lap done. I want 6. I want to run 2 teams. I want to run a GR3 team and a GR1 team from my house. That's what I'd like to do. Ideally, I'd like the original guys who set up the channel to be part of that 5 other people other than me. But need to do a Make-A-Wish event video, a few minutes long, maybe some shorts. Yeah, ideally I'd like a team of 6, so 2 teams of 3, and then it's a bit of an event rather than just 3 people in a room with 1 person driving, 1 person sleeping, 1 person prodding and keeping awake. You know what I mean? Christ alive. So the idea of having 2 teams from my house would be having at least 2 teams that will finish the race. Not saying that anybody will quit out, etc., but there'd be a bit of a competition, a bit of a race between the 2 teams. There would be 6 people here making a bit of a thing of it. We could have a barbecue, we could have crates of beer, we could have a bit of a laugh and a giggle. There'd be an opportunity for me to say thank you to the guys in the team that have been there as part of the setup and a part of the process. Oh, crapola. But yeah, probably about 4 hours. We're 2 hours from London at least. Then you've got to get around. Yeah, it's just you and me, JB. But I did approach somebody and they told me not possible, so. And Lovett has said he'd come over to the UK, but I need to get confirmation from him that he is actually going to commit and do it. We're 8 weeks away, so It's one of those where he's in the window for flight bookings, so... And I've got to make the commitment to be able to go and pick him up from the airport at the time he arrives, and then drop him back off at the airport on the time he arrives, whether that be on the time he wants to leave, whether that be the... Look how far ahead of my ghost I was. Whether that be on the Sunday evening or the Monday morning, I've got to try and make those arrangements. So it'd be good to get him over. It'd be a fantastic thing to do, but I think it's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, you and me. When I approach, and I'm not calling somebody out here. Oh, I've missed a couple of chats. I apologise. There was nobody on Twitter for a long time, so first time chat from Digital Lecce. I apologise. I missed that. I saw you down on YouTube, and I apologise for missing you on Twitch, my friend. Sorry. And then the gold time is currently a 1:39.6 or 1:39.8, something like that. It doesn't show on the screen, does it? It'd be nice to have you, Neil. If you would be available, I'll make space for you, my friend. It would be very nice to have you join us. And it would be one of the small things I could do for you to say thank you. You know, certain things. I need to work on Az to get Az to come. And then we'd have, apart from Steve, we would then have the original 5 people who were going to get together on that night. And Matthew, of course, but Matthew can't make it. Matthew and I have talked. Matthew is going to have a team from, he's going to have a crack at the 24 hours. But he can't make it because of his caring responsibilities, and I fully understand that. But oh, I can't do this. Come on. This trying to keep the car thing, it's dominating my brain, and I just wish I'd never heard it, because it's doing me in trying to get the car straight to accelerate, and it's not doing it. I'm not seeing any improvement against the Ghost. It's... Now I'm way ahead of my Ghost. That's absolutely awesome. I lost loads of time through the hairpin there, didn't I? Trying to get to third gear and accelerate in third. Lost loads of time. Stupid clunk. Yeah, so if we just talk about that. So, I realised that with a 3-man team, somebody needs to start, somebody needs to finish. I generally think to get a good sleep session, if you're talking about a 1-man, 3-man team, you need probably 4 to 6 hours. So if you were talking about starting the race and doing, we race regularly an hour stint, and an hour stint is really quite achievable and easy now, isn't it? An hour long race, an hour long go. A 2 hour, I'm at the verge of needing to go take a gentleman's break at 2 hours, very definitely. So 2 hour stints has got to be really where the prime aim is. But depending on your car and your choice of car, depends on when your pit stop comes around. If we're thinking about this as a project to win, I think JB says he could do 24 hours himself if enough people donated. I could do 24 hours on my own with relevant breaks, but I couldn't race to win. And if we're talking about racing to win, I think it's got to be 2 hour stints. Because at 2 hours, you've got a 4 hour window of a kip between the team of 3. So you get on for 2 hours, you go to sleep. The only problem with that is you haven't got anybody doing the waking up. So somebody's got to go and wake somebody up 15 minutes before that quarter, and if the other person's asleep, you ain't going to get it. And this is where a race team has that opportunity. So if we've got two teams of 3, and we've got 6 people, you've got the wake-up process there. But I suppose with 2 people racing in the same room on different rigs, you're going to be keeping each other buoyant and keeping going. But I'm going to be sat commentating anyway. I'm not going to go to sleep. But I'm also not going to be in a position to go and poke people for 20 minutes to wake them up. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I think it's 2 hour stints, 4 hours. You get a couple of stints at a sleep. Once you've done your 2 hours, you could have a kip on the sofa in the front room the following day in the afternoon for a bit of a doze. I appreciate it's all about the donations, but I'm not thinking about the donations at that point. I'm going to be talking my way through the entire thing, and I'm going to be awake from not just the 24 hours, but I'm going to be awake for setting it up. I've got the intro to do, I've got the pit walk to do, the grid walk to do, I've got the interviews to do, etc. So I know that's all on my bag. I'm not going to have a problem staying awake at all, even though I don't drink caffeine and stuff like that. But I'm gonna have a mighty good go at it. It's just getting the other drivers to be able to do the event and then drive home at the end of it. But nobody has to leave to go home immediately because, it's a Sunday evening. They can go Monday morning if they want to, but I'm not suggesting that's what should happen. But at the end of the day, I should hope we've got a big enough, wide enough audience enough to be able to drag a few people past on the 24-hour stream and get that moving along. But 2 hour stints, I think, is the optimal. If somebody sat there saying, well, I can do 3, if you're going for a sleep and you want a good rest, I can do 3, he'll do 2, that's 5 hours. I think 2 hours is the optimum. That's my fastest time so far. And I know JB says he wants to bring his PS5 along and his race rig. And I know people are going to say, I don't really think I want to come and race somebody's G29. I want to be on the team that's on the Fanatec. Well, as long as the Fanatec's working. But we have a backup rig, so if JB brings his, we can set that up in the lounge on the big TV down there, maybe. Set that up as another venue, have the two teams in separate places. But then the lounge was going to be reserved as a place for somebody to sleep. Because I've got camp beds and cushions for the lounge for somebody to crash out on. Let's see if I can get through 130R. Yeah, I take no caffeine at all. Now here's the thing, right? I've seen caffeine now on ingredients as a flavouring. Get some shock collars for dogs and press the button to shock them, then they'll wake up. Yeah, we could see that. Yeah, so at 2 hour stints it will be, what? 24 divided by 3 is 8. It'll be 4 stints each, won't it? 4 2 hour stints. But they could go in 1 hour stints if it worked out that way. You know, you just keep the rotation going until somebody decides, right, I need a kip. We'll move to 2 hours, and then there's a 4 hour window for somebody to get some sleep. You know, if you really wanted to work it that way out. It's not easy to go to a Fanatec. Well, that's the thing though, isn't it? I should have got you to try the G29 and just see how that felt at the same time. But it doesn't take actually that long to get used to the Fanatec. And over the period of the race, you'll get used to it. It's very difficult to avoid caffeine when you love coffee. After 22 hours? I won't take caffeine after. I can't. I can't. I can't have anything that like that. It's not going to work for me. Not caffeine. No. Weird, I can't get that DRS to activate till I've crossed the line. So the way I'd like it to work out for the race is that one of my team starts the race, one of them finishes it, so whoever does the opening 2 hour stint or 1 hour stint, whatever you want to call it, we then have the finisher doing the finishing. Oh, you son of a slug bucket. After 22 hours to get used to the Fanatec? Yeah, I don't know. Don't know how long it would take. I suppose NW would be driving north for 4 hours, to drive for 8 hours, to drive for 4 hours to go home. I get that. NW would probably say, let me get my 8 hours done and let me drive home. That would be a toughie, wouldn't it? 8 hours stint. Oh, I hate you. I hate you with a passion. I didn't even get that right. Oh, let me read that. Oh, that'd be great, Neil. I mean, obviously, maybe even cheaper to fly up. It's 40 quid to fly to Manchester. 40 quid. 40 quid. Heathrow to Manchester's 40 quid. Certain flights earlier in the day or later in the day, probably cheaper, to be honest. It's then getting from Manchester to Doncaster. Either would work. We just have to find a way of getting you from Manchester to Donny in the most appropriate way. If I had to go to pick Lovett up from Manchester Airport, it would be a challenge to get you both in the Mini. Because I'm guessing you're both border on, well, I think Lovett's well on 6 foot. I think he's probably more 6'4". And I think you're probably a good 6 foot, aren't you, Neil? So with that being the case, 3 6-footers in the Mini. Oof. And 2 loads of luggage. Why do I always run the grass there? Couldn't get my thumb to stretch around there then. Your car would be there too. Where? In Doncaster. And we just have to get them back at the end. The logistics aren't brilliant, I get that. But they're never gonna be. I mean, it's that media team that are doing it no-cost productions. You know, or no-budget productions. Zero-budget productions. And I appreciate everybody that's going to be spending money to do it. In a way, that's also donating to Make-A-Wish, so... I've hit the grass again, looking down to engage that nitrous. I need to move it to L2, don't I? It's much easier to see. I've done Enfield on a Sunday morning from my house in Doncaster in an hour and 38 minutes. And there was nothing legal about that drive down there, no. Second lap completed, or is that third? Really had to change down there, didn't I? Just running that rumble strip was rough. That's it over. Isn't it, Nuno? Yeah, I know you're the opposite side of the M25. Yeah, I appreciate that. And you've got all those extra roadworks coming round from Heathrow. But Doncaster on the train is an hour and 45 minutes. So if you tube across London and Doncaster on the King's Cross to Doncaster, it's an hour and 15 minutes. And you're 8 minutes from the train station here. So the train is a real opportunity. Now, and in the plans you've got in terms of travelling, it's not a real drama to pick up and drop back. That's not a stress. Then I suppose you've got the issue of getting from doing the train thing. But Doncaster main line, Doncaster is on the main line from London, and it's a principal stop. So, and it's where the Flying Scotsman was made, man. Intercity, that's right. on the old 125s. I think they go faster than 125 now, don't they? Or is the line limited to that? I'm sure we've got a train spotter amongst us that would confirm that. JB. I just saw the DRS light flash at a point where I don't usually see it flash. Oh, this is a good time. A 39.7. Oh, that makes me feel better. Thrashing away for a week or two. Is that not gold yet? I don't think it is it? We're going for a look though. It was interesting to watch. Try with counter steer off. Really made no difference when I tried it on. Okay, that might help improvement. Not quite gold. Oh, that's a shame. Close though. Let's make sure I save this replay. We're just outside, but top 2,000. I'm happy with that. Oh, that's gonna cheese somebody. Ooh. Play with the controller since a year, and what wheel do you recommend for a first? G300 or the G29? Well, personally, I'd suggest the G29, but I know JB has a different opinion. There's another Thrustmaster wheel that works very, very well. Try with counter steer off really made no difference. The interesting watching the Japanese. A lot of the drivers took an extremely wide line around the hairspring. Yes, welcome Nuno. Yeah, G29 for me all day long. I'd take the G29. I've never tried the T300, although I have heard good reports about it. Big difference between both wheels. Yeah. I think there probably is, but I don't know anything about the T300. Counter steer off is what Neil said. Well, we're at that point. We're just outside. And we're in the top 10. Happy days. That was literally about getting that final doodah quite right. Keeping with the ghost, and I've been thrashing along and not really concentrating on making deliberate improvements. Counter steer off will certainly help with acceleration. Oh, I've just lost my wheel. My wheel's gone. A wide line around the hairpin. And when you say, do you mean distance from the hairpin, or do you mean hitting the apex, or going really wide, as in not apexing? I thought we were going to go a good stint. We probably went 45 minutes there without the wheel packing up, which is pretty impressive for this wheel. It was a bit like a bowl from above. All right, so a bit of a banking in the hairpin. It's always been dead flat as far as I remember it. How did I get up to 5th gear there? Slow through there, wasn't I? I got it down to 1st gear. Back end came around a bit on torque there. I think this test is about just thrashing it around and just... You're never going to do it through a precision method, I don't think. I don't think you can... It's going so fast, it's untrue. Just a lift and squeeze the throttle back in. As we went to the grass there at the end. I think that's nerfed the next lap as well, hasn't it? Yeah. So there's lots of time. Sugary bums. Like that. It's a bit like the carousel at the Nürburgring. Wow. I've never seen that. From every bit of footage and every bit of video I've seen for Suzuka's hairpin, I've never seen it to have that much of a bank. That's got the boost before the line of the DRS just then. Probably got the line too narrow there as well. I've never seen such a banking at Suzuka's hairpin, never. Can't even see it on the track here, but I just hate the way it does that little bit of a spin up. Lost it then, didn't I? I backed off the throttle coming through the chicane there. That was a shame. Up and back, up and back, up and back. First it was blue, then it was red, then it was blue, then it was red. Oh, I put my foot back on the throttle and it just threw me off. Oh. That is the point, JB. Well said. Good advice. I think and I feel gold is within touching distance. If I can just get it on the track. What I was trying there was to get the car to the outside line and to hit the straight with the start line with it red. Didn't kind of work that time. I am so up and so down on my ghosts, it's untrue that it really doesn't matter about not having a clock. That little red and blue timer really doesn't make any difference. I'm not as accurate as I probably should be against. Lost so much time there, didn't I? Desperate. And don't buy Fanatec at this time. It's real shame that I have to be that way about Fanatec, but let's hope they come back round in 2 weeks' time. Let's hope they fix this problem. And then I'll have my faith back in them. But if they haven't fixed it, there's so many different problems here with people's wheels though. Buyer remorse. I didn't want it, but I got a bag of it. Ah, I hate you. With a passion. Steering went so light then I thought it had gone. Can't believe that. I thought I had that again. Oh. I'd have gone with the Logitech. The Logitech Pro. The G Pro. Definitely. They were the only two wheels out there for me. Would I have gone, now I could have gone wholly the GG Pro. The GG, the DD, sorry. The DD Pro, not the Plus. I'd have gone the one wheel lower. The one, did I actually have to have the PS wheel? No. No, probably not. I'd have spent 700 quid and got, I probably wouldn't. I'd have probably upgraded the pedals to these pedals. But if I think about it now, I'd have probably should have gone the CS pedals, the V2s, and bought the wheel, the one more proven, more tested. Sam's not on the extreme, no. No. Sam's not on the extreme. No, it was Slippery Bandit that went, he bought the DD Plus and it's buggered. He's had to go back to the DD because he's got a crunching sound from his wheel when he rotates the wheel. So it sounds like his coils are coming through. No, Sam was going to watch me with interest and see how I was doing before he committed. Now he's sat quite happy he's got what he's got. But if mine is just drivers, I'll be a happy bunny at the end of the month. But I still don't know whether we're just being fed a line. The proof is in the pudding when it comes. I didn't get my hand to the DRS button quick enough then. I've got a right sweat on, I must admit. I don't know why it's doing that. Absolutely 100% there, Neil. I don't think you'd go so far wrong with the used proven kit. I know it's the steering wheel I think that's at fault. The PlayStation wheel, because it still turns. So it's not the base unit I think that's the problem. I think it's the wheel that's the problem. the gears won't change. If I had a gear selector, the gears would change. All I'd be losing would be the controls on the wheel and the multifunction head-up display. Everything else would work if I had a gear selector. And that makes me think, if I bought a new wheel, I reckon I'd be 100% usable. But I don't know why the force feedback goes. That's a weird one. I think it's probably because all the force feedback settings are controlled by the wheel. And that's maybe the flaw in their process, you know. The wheel has its own software setup. Firmware, I think it's called, isn't it? Rather than software, it's contained within the electronics. Just missing out on that time. 39.8. I held that well through that 130R. It was a good power slide. I just didn't slow the car down enough. Oh, just lost it long. No, I've not actually configured it on the PC at all. I've not actually set it up on the PC. Because I don't drive it on the PC. I don't play any games on the PC. But I will do. I do plan to. I suppose I could test it on the PC and then just set everything up for the PC on here and go back to the G29. But I didn't want to do that. I just wanted, you know, I thought I might as well just box it back up and put it on the side and wait for the driver and go back to the G29. But I don't know what to do. I don't know what the best thing is. I haven't got time to do all the things I want to do and then do testing. I'd rather, I don't know. I just don't know what to do. They've made it so difficult. I don't know what the right thing is to do or the best approach to do is. It's... I go back to work tomorrow morning, so I was hoping last week would have been absolutely awesome. Take the week off work, build the rig up. The rig all arrived just in time, perfect timing for it all to happen. The steering wheel was here 2 or 3 weeks early. Everything was on track, and then it just blew it out the water. All that excitement, and it's just crushed. And then my plans to make unboxing videos, etc., out the window. I would have hated to have made an unboxing video and say, oh yeah, look how good this is, and then be stuck with a lame duck. A useless paperweight is the best reference somebody's called it, I think. Paperweights in a digital world are pretty useless, aren't they? Oh, you monkey swine. I suppose not having the triples. If I'd had the triples, I'd have set the PC up pretty much straight away. But, you know, if ifs were ifs and maybes were maybes, things would have been different. Good night, mate. 4th out of spoon. Yes, I've been changing up to 4th. And then, as you saw just then, I went up to 4th and pushed it off to the right hand side. I regretted using 4th that time, but it does work. And car just wanted to drive in a straight line, and it did. It pushed straight off the track. Should have gone down a second there. The fact that you can't do multiple laps really does amp your approach to get a time going and flowing and working stuff out. It's very much stop-starty approach, isn't it? Just outside the gold still. It looks like my two ghosts are racing each other, and they are just backwards and forwards. It'd be good if they were different colours, because you'd see just which one was ahead when. I had to use third then to, well, second. And there's what happens when you try and my wheel went right at that very time. We're not doing so bad. 2.5 hours at it. We're a tenth, 2/10 away from gold. Just while we're doing it, let's see if I know Big Popper's in the room and he's not chatting, but I know he's thrashing away on the wheel, doing the same thing. And he would normally come back in and say hi when he's got above me. Let's see if he has. He's don't think he's found it. Yeah. I think he's trying. Or he's given up. No, not Big Popper. There'll just be a smiley face appear and just say, I'm still here. Oh, Will's not ready yet. .07%. There's the DRS before the start-finish line. Felt like I was slowing down for a long time into turn one. Hey Josh Skipworth, thanks for subscribing. I turned in a little bit sharply there, I think. Oh! Ah! Wow. Wow, that was just so close. 15 minutes left. Managed to get, that was .050 up. Not enough, I don't think. Might have been enough. I didn't press the button, man. Press the button, Widdowmaker. I can't change down whilst I've got my thumb on the DRS button. On the G29, it's the other way round. Back end of the car bucked me off then. It bucked off the curb, which wasn't brilliant. Are there DRS zones, or is it DRS all the way around the track? I know it's quite weird. I didn't take my finger off the DRS button then, going through 130. No DRS, it comes on eventually. And I took my thumb off to get it down to be able to change down. I've seen the chat scroll, I'll get there in a second. I'm almost certainly about to crash in the next 30 seconds at least. Oh, you slug. Thought I held that. Has taped his DRS button down. That sounds like Az. DRS can be activated whenever the wheel is centered, no matter where you are on the track. And I'm finding that ever so difficult down. Oh, where is it? Hang on. I don't know if that'll come up. Will that? There it is. So I'm struggling with it down. It's called backstretch. Yeah, it's called backstretch. Struggling with that. Yeah. Degner 1, Degner 2 is easy. Dunlop. First corner is called first corner. The second corner is called snake. The third corner, fourth corner, is called anti-banked curve. Dunlop is fifth. Degner 6 and 7. Hairpin is hairpin. 200R. Spoon. Then back straight. I'm struggling down back straight to get the wheel straight. That's because it's got a slight lefty lean to it, hasn't it? Don't know why it does that on occasion. It just rolls through the corner without... I think I must be lifting my foot off too far, and with these pressure activated brakes, if I leave my foot off to like trail brake, it actually releases the brakes wholly. I think that's my problem there. 10 minutes remaining. How the hell did I do that? Yeah, I agree. Dunlop is, for me at the moment, is a challenge. It is where I am gaining a little bit on the ghosts. If I've really got it right through what is anti-banked curve. Why am I running my wheels onto the grass there? What's going on? That's twice in a row I've done that. And that's not intentional, that's just been... Maybe I'm going out too wide to try and hook that line in, maybe. I did a whole test without realising that the DRS was there. That was the Aston... I can't remember what it was called now. I hate you with a passion. Tried to get that early acceleration and the car just drove off to the right. Couldn't do anything about it. That's when you know you accelerated too early. Same happens here though. If you... It's as though the diff is locked at the rear of this. You'll notice the DRS on the long straights, you'll really gain going up back straight. Somehow I've turned my ghosts off by trying to hit the DRS button. So I've got nothing to gauge my pace over. I'm probably miles down now. No idea. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Turn my ghost back on, for God's sake. What did I press? That's the problem. The wheel was turned, of course, and I struck the button. There it is. 6 minutes remaining. Lost a little bit coming through there. Lost the load coming out there. The card slid sideways, couldn't control it. Here we go, coming up back straight. Oh, fought that all the way. Oh. Oh, come on, Widow. You thought you were there. You were with your ghost. You just banged your foot back on the throttle and the damn thing kicked out. Ah, thought I'd really get on. Good evening, Kyle. It is. I've had it right a few times and then forgotten to brake. Quite surprised at myself being able to get the car through that corner at almost full tint. There we go again, that's that early acceleration. Congratulations on gold, Kyle. It's a tough one here. Just holding on for that acceleration point just allowed the ghost to get away. And that's the critical getaway, I think. That's where the 2/10 I'm losing at this point is. And then the rest of the tenths is just my lack of ability. Here we go, massive gap just opened up there because I had the wrong line into spoon. The car slid through. Let's see what happens here this time. We got it. Just too far back from my ghost. See what the second lap brings. Nothing, because the back end stepped out as I went to the brakes. The back straight got you pretty much every time, yeah. Yeah, well, I hope you can, Tom. I hope you can. That's bang midnight. I'm going to have one more go. And that, unfortunately, folks, is going to be it for me. I need to focus on the day job and get back to work in the morning. Let's just have one go. Let's see if we can really nail it this time. How many times have I said just one more time? And we've been successful. So, famous words of the song. We're a little bit behind on the Ghost here. We've slid through the apex. Oh. That one more time means one more time through the start finish. Wouldn't give me a straight line there, would it? It wouldn't agree that my wheel was straight. Oh, I can't get it slowed down. Now we're with them. Not with them of the night, no. With them as in with them. With them is a dancer. Lost it, brake too late. That would be my optimal would have then just leapt. Ah! One more. And then this will be the last one for sure. Not as close as I was last time. Running far too many curbs. Brake too late there. Had to slow the car down phenomenally. Lost gear change. And that brings around the enforced end of night by the steering wheel. There we have it, folks. Been great to have you with us again. Thank you very much for finishing the week on a nice note. It's really appreciated. Thank you for all your support. We are at subscriber numbers just gone up by one, 3,089. Gone a little bit slower the last couple of days, but I haven't been streaming quite so much. And last night was probably a disappointment to some for truck driving. But thank you very much, NW. Appreciate your tips and support this evening. And if you can think about maybe joining us for the 24, that would be tremendous. Mr. GTR, thank you very much again for your arrival. And also everybody else that's joined us. Tom, Mariana, who will probably be asleep with the phone on her face. Kyle, Mr. Rocket Admin, Digital Lecce, everybody else that's joined us tonight, including JB and the Big Popper. We didn't look at the time to see where we were. And we were going to give away 5 memberships tonight. I think we actually need to do that. I think we still need to do that. And that's something else to take conscious awareness of. Oil. Normal. 219 miles. Maybe that was some of the difference. Let's go and conclude the evening with giving away the 5 memberships. Well, there you go. There's your 5 memberships. Mr. Baldwin, Mr. Wilkie, Mr. GTR, Mr. NW. I can't scroll the screen from where I'm sat here. But I believe it was Wilkie, JB, as Mr. GTR, NW. All members again. So thank you very, very much. And it's one of them. I don't choose them. If you get involved, you comment, you chat, you watch the videos, you subscribe, you do all the bits and pieces, they get given to the top 5 people who contribute. So I know NW watches everything. I know he chats every stream he comes to. You have just recently, Mr. GTR, JB also. SOCOM Hitman, maybe next time at the end of the month. Well, about 2 weeks' time, I'll give away another 5 memberships. And we'll hopefully see. And with that being the case, your name is going to be on every video that's produced between now and the end of your membership. So, yes, Iceman, it is. And thank you very much for your support, Mr. Iceman. It's appreciated. It is a tough one, my friend. And the only advice I can give you, just lap. Do the laps. Put the laps in. Don't let it stress you out. I tried not to let it stress me tonight. A bit frustrating. we got an extra little complication, but it is a tough one, my friend, and not too much on the Twitch tonight, but definitely on the YouTube. Thank you very much for your support, and I'm going to call it a night there. I've got a J job in the morning, so we'll see you on the next one. All the best, folks. Take care. Good night.